Hello all, this is James Johnson, aka Sulfurblade, and I am here with Hearts of Iron 4, and something a bit different than normal. So, instead of actually playing the game, I'm simply going to watch the game play out with you. And as you can see, this isn't your normal game of Hearts of Iron 4. This is a little bit different. So most of it is the same as normal, except when you get over to North America, all of the states have been broken up. All the states of Mexico, all the states of Canada, all the US states. They're all their own individual countries. And so this should play out very interestingly, and will definitely probably give a lot more spice to the game. So we're going to unfreeze the game. Right now I have Wisconsin highlighted, and we're just going to go ahead and watch how things play out. I'm going to leave it on speed 4 for right now. Our primary point of focus is going to be on North America at this point in time. Later on we might look at the rest of the world a little bit more, but we want to see how North America does in this new climate where the world is completely different. The Canada broke apart and separated into states at the beginning of World War II, as did the United States and as did Mexico. Very strange political occurrences that happened, but they happened. Now, personally, I am rooting for this state of Wisconsin. There are a few other states that I got to root for a little bit. Everyone's got to always root for Texas, you know. Texas is a good old state. I don't mind Minnesota so much, or Michigan. They're pretty cool. But I wouldn't mind seeing California burn. New York definitely needs to burn. Heck, the entire East Coast can just be set ablaze. And so can California. I've already said that, though, I'm pretty sure. Oregon could probably burn, too. Same with Washington. You know, any state that typically shows up as blue on a political map during an election cycle, yeah, they can burn. Anyway, which way is our favorite state leaning? Still Democratic, though at some point they do tend to flip-flop. I don't know when that is, or how long it takes. Liberty ethos, huh? Now, what are you currently focusing on? Do we know? We should. Industrial efforts. Nationalist Spain declared war on Spain, so we have the usual civil war going on in Spain. game should be set to ahistorical. So that island is its own state, huh? Maybe we should move up to speed 5 until something interesting starts to happen. World tension is still low at 3%. People's Republic of Nebraska. Nebraska's gone evil communist. Boo hiss. People's Republic of North Dakota. People's Republic of Montana. People's Republic of Idaho. Oregon went fascist. Good for them. Wisconsin's still a democracy, sadly. So the new Californian Republic what? How did they declare war? Didn't it say that California declared war? How does a democracy declare war with only 5% world tension? It had to have been Nevada that declared war. The People's Republic of Nevada is fighting a defensive war. What the heck? Do the evil Californians have some sort of war thing through their tree that allowed that to happen? Maybe that's what happened. The state of Nevada was puppeted. Well, that is terrible. Let's slow things down. Seems like we got some stuff starting to happen around here. Nickajack. So, Alabama is now Nickajack. A good fascist nation. The Illinoisan Empire, huh? That like the Fighting Illini? Why would Illinois have to become fascist? Evil people from Illinois, I tell you. And Wisconsin's still a democracy. I am sad. Huh. So who am I going to vote for then? I need to vote for a proper fascist, because, well, democracies are no fun. Oh boy. New York is the land of liberty. And that equates to fascist New York, huh? Iron Republic of Arkansas is fascist? Okay. Commonwealth of Virginia is... doesn't know what it is. We got the Georgian Empire here next to Nickajack, so they're both fascist. Oh, we got a Floridian Empire, so that's another fascist. The Cajun Empire, so Louisiana's fascist. Arkansas is fascist. So we got a fair number of fascists right in this area. The Spectacular Northwest Territories. That sounds pretty spectacular, except they're commies. Land of Evangeline, huh? It's a pretty cool sounding name. The drive-through state? Where's the big fight gonna start? So Texas is still being boring. The state of Ohio declares war on the state of Ohio. Well, there we have it. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot happening here. So this is the state, and this is what, People's Republic of Ohio? So the commies are trying to take over Ohio. Defend Cleveland, you bastards. Telling you, Ohio didn't put up a very good fight. It seemed like Ohio was going to win from the moment it began. I know. It wasn't very funny. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's check out Texas. Texas has a pretty fancy tree. So is this the fascist way here? Gains fascist influence. And the old republic is probably... yeah. And this is the communist path. So Texas is going to be boring. Yutan Empire, huh? Alright, well, how many factories do people have? So Wisconsin's sitting around with 38 no, this is Texas I'm currently looking at. They've got 39 factories. Wisconsin's 11, Minnesota 22, Iowa 22? Michigan 31? Damn, Wisconsin, why are you sucking so badly right now? Illinois 28. Indiana 25. Ohio only 15? That's interesting. California's got 45, Texas 39. Montana 22, Idaho 20, Wyoming 18, Utah 21, Arizona 20, what is this? New Mexico 20, Nevada 20, New York 41 in New York, huh? 30 in Pennsylvania, 28 in Massachusetts. Florida has what, 20? Yeah, it's like Wisconsin has the least factories of anywhere in the U.S. right now. Even Kansas has more factories. How about Connecticut and Rhode Island? Rhode Island is sitting here with 22 factories. Connecticut, it has 21. Oh, really? People's Republic of the Virgin Islands was annexed. Puerto Rico often capturing stuff. Wisconsin's got a lot of steel, at least. Even some rubber. And it could capture oil from Michigan easy enough. We'll tag as Rhode Island. No factions yet, that's to be understood. Whoa, that's a crazy map mode. So this has been a very exciting episode so far. In fact, I'm almost clinging to my chair at how exciting this particular episode has been. It's 1937, and we've almost finished the entire Spanish Civil War. And really nothing has happened in the United States. Everybody's just sitting around singing Kumbaya. And nationalist Spain was victorious. Hooray! Germany, what are you up to? KDF wagon, huh? How very... I don't know. Infrastructure... thoughtful of you. I think we would have been more entertained if I actually played. Come on, you states, go to war with each other. Italy, attack Albania or Ethiopia or something. So Louisiana got its own tech tree? It's kind of looking that way. Florida has its own tech tree, it looks like. No, this looks like the same tech tree that Louisiana had. So maybe this is like a generic tech tree for this mod. Yeah, this is the generic tech tree. It's got to be. So Florida has its own, Texas, California, I think Ohio does. Yeah, it does. New York probably does. No. Puerto Rico declared war on Guadalupe. Puerto Rico is like the most belligerent nation in North America. This is twice they've gone after someone. So that's what you're at war with there. How are you going to get there if the UK is kind of blocking your path? Oh, that island there is Guadalupe, and that one and that one. Interesting. So trying to understand the thinking of giving Ohio its own tech tree. But not New York? Maybe the owner of the mod or something is from Ohio. Again, it's been definitely a very exciting episode. Something's got to start happening, though. It's 1937. Either Italy or Germany needs to start making some waves. The drive-through state. Sweet. Let's go drive-through state. Woo! Bring the fight. You know, it's one thing to lose a war. It's another thing to lose a war that you declared on. So am I to understand the drive-through state decided to declare war on the bigger Quebec? That's what it's looking like. I suppose he thought he had that in the bag. Now it's back to being New Brunswick. I liked it better as the drive-through state. The Big Land declared war on the Mexican Cognate? Okay. Which is the Big Land? I don't know. The Big Land might actually pull this off. They are slightly outnumbered, though. So is this going to be another war lost by the attacker? Okay, the Big Land is communist. And these guys are monarchist? Monarchy? Really? Dude, that's awesome. The Dakotas are going after each other. South Dakota and the People's Republic of North Dakota? So the capitalists here versus the commies. A white piece, huh? Interesting. The cool Evangelines have declared war. Looks like a quick victory. The Zakalu Ascendancy declared war on Guerrero? There's Guerrero. There's the other weird people. So what is it with aggressors having less troops and attacking? At least Mexico's bringing the fight. The US is pretty boring. Alright, we're gonna see some action here. Oh boy. Louisiana's going after Texas. Now that sounds interesting. Texas strikes first. Louisiana's outgunned for sure. And again, Louisiana was the ones who attacked, weren't they? Washington versus Oregon. I think Texas is going to win that pretty handily. Kind of watch the action of both places from here. Will Texas swallow Louisiana before Oregon swallows Washington? I think Texas is going to win this race. Iowa declared war on South Dakota. That should be pretty interesting. White peace in Mexico between the big people and the Khanate. So Louisiana's just gone and made themselves boring. So what's going to happen is Republic of Texas is going to turn them into a democracy and probably puppet them or something. Though Oregon will actually practically double in size because it should actually annex Washington. Pennsylvania declares war on Delaware. Delaware might be able to hold out for a while. They got a pretty decent amount of concentrated troops. I think the worst thing that Delaware can do is actually open up a bigger front and end up getting its army encircled. People's Republic of Kentucky declared war on the state of Tennessee. That's going to be interesting. Land of Liberty declared war on the Nutmeg Empire. What the hell's the Nutmeg Empire? Nutmeg Empire? Connecticut. New York is just gonna swallow Connecticut whole. Alright, things are getting a little more interesting in the US. Tennessee, Kentucky is full tilt. Yeah, Connecticut doesn't stand a chance against New York. Though Delaware is putting up a good show versus Pennsylvania. Okay, Kentucky's become a puppet. Got a faction going on here. How hasn't Texas won this yet? Well, that was fast. White piece here. People's Republic on the Republic of Manitoba. So our first US versus Canada action. Though it is Minnesotans, and they are kind of like Canadians. People's Republic of Idaho declared war on British Columbia. Japan's going off. Idaho, you have like 2 units? You have 2 units. You think you're gonna win with 2 units, do you? Yeah, the worst thing they could have done is actually have fought their way out here. They've made the front bigger, and it's going to weaken them. It's going to be a manpower drain on Oregon. Well, I don't think Washington's going to die anytime soon. I think we're permanently stuck in a loop here. Altision declared war on Sinaloa. Here's Sinaloa. Oh, here's... Interesting move. Delaware is still getting beat up. Minnesota get its army cut off? Kinda looks that way. I think Canada's gonna win this fight. Yeah, they gotta push through this very narrow spot into the mountains. That's just not gonna happen. These guys should eventually fall. They're kind of cut off. Well, that's two people at war with Sinaloa. That's going to change the dynamic. Actually, I think Sinaloa can take on two people at the same time looking at their terrain. Mountain, mountain, mountain. And this is needed to defend these guys and these guys, so yeah, I think that's not going to be a big issue for them. As long as they stay defensive and dig in and not attack out of it. Republic of Quebec, New Hampshireite Empire. New Hampshire has actually got 10 units. Units that are locked into a narrow engagement. Nickajack. Oh. This is even more entertaining. What happened here? Interesting. They're actually sending that that naval invasion to Mobile, and it's gonna land, I think. There's nobody in Mobile to defend it. You need to pull back into that. There. Get your supply, Florida. What are you doing? When the AI does bonehead things like that. All they have to do is send one guy over here to capture this port, and they'd be getting supply. Ah, Florida, what are you doing? What are you doing? Delaware still putting up a good fight. Oh, what happened here? Got a major shift going on here. The UK declared on Iraq? The UK declared war on Iran? The hell is the UK doing? Oh boy. New York is going after Ontario. It's the French-Canadian War. The War of 1812. Look at New York go. New York is shredding the Canadians. Alright, I think New York needs a nerf. They seem a little too strong. And with the capital back up here, this whole... I think this section's cut off? Get your guy encircled back here, New York. There you go. Germany declared war on Czechoslovakia. The Delawarean Empire joined the Axis. Interesting. South Cascadia joined Greater East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere. Iran joined the Axis. Okay, so that's Japan. Common turn, huh? Things are getting interesting now. Alright, New York's busted through Niagara Falls. It's pretty much over. It's done and written for Ontario. Oh, they joined the Comintern just in the nick of time to pull the Land of Liberty into that war. They're part of the Axis. Alright, things are getting crazy now. Alright, we might need to slow things down a little bit. Okay, Pacific Defense Federation. Common turn, common turn. Allies. I think the Axis has got the upper hand here right now in the New World. The British Columbia Knights, huh? Interesting. The People's Front, huh? They joined up with China. The Chinese commies, that is. Well, that could be a pain. Philadelphia has fallen. It's a very unusual conflict so far. The British Raj is Axis? Well, that's pretty amazing. So once they do away with this pocket here, they can concentrate their efforts on the Allies. Italy is in its own pact, though, which is going to cause some problems for Germany over here in Europe. I mean, Germany has pulled a rabbit out of its hat in getting the British Raj, and Iran and Iraq is kind of unique. It's a big battle right there. That'll cut off these 6 units and put them out of supply. You need to get some backup into here to keep that, so that they can keep these guys locked up out of supply. Arkansas joined the Axis and brought Texas into this fight? Great. I've almost got this pocket, which will be big. Alright, those troops are meeting their demise. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the last stand of the common turn in the heartland, if you will. Switzerland joined the Allies. Africa's pretty allied. Japan is doing fairly well. The Axis is putting up a good fight there. How is Germany doing? Well, Pennsylvania's out of it. Now all these troops can be freed up to do whatever they need to do now. The question is can they get down here to help Arkansas?
User joined your channel.
People's Republic of Cascadia? That doesn't make sense. I wonder who they were. So whoever they were, they got puppeted. But at this point, it seems like probably a good spot to put a break in this episode. So I'm going to go ahead and save it. Or pause it. And then we'll just discuss where things are currently in the world. So we got New York, who's just bashing things up here. With help, of course. So let's actually look at the who's who and what's what. If I can find the right map mode for that. Diplomacy. So we got the Illinoisian Empire, who's teamed up with New York here. And they Illinois did a pretty good job curds stomping through Ohio and Pennsylvania to link up with New York. And then there's also little Delaware here, who put up a heck of a good fight against Pennsylvania for quite a while. So you got Delaware, Illinois, and New York, and they get to face off against the Republic of Quebec, who's probably being backed up by British troops galore, I would assume. The Allies are going to put some nice defensive units in here to try to keep Quebec from falling. But with whatever Allied help that Quebec can get, I don't know if it's going to be enough. I think New York is just a bit of a beast. If we tag switch to them, well, we are in New York right now, we can see that they're already racking 128 factories, and they've got a significant amount of manpower for a state, which is just way more than Quebec's got. And with the backup of Illinois and Delaware, I think they're just going to have the numbers to overwhelm this area. However, Texas is a bit of a beast on its own. And Arkansas is kind of on an island here because, well, there's not really any way to get help in here to Arkansas. So I think Arkansas is going to have a rough time. And then Texas has this small little area that it has to defend to keep this other section of Axis from being able to get to it. So, you know, put some defensive troops here, concentrate your offense here, and Texas can win this fight, even against the overwhelming odds of the entire Axis being stacked up against it, because, well, it's the majority of its borders are completely safe. And so there's just limited angles that the Axis can come after Texas from. Here in Mexico, we got some stuff going on. I think the Axis will be able to take care of that. So I think right now in the short term, looking at North America, I think the Axis have things going pretty well. But there's more to the world than North America. Africa is completely and solidly entrenched in the Allies' court. And I don't know as if Italy can deal with that by themselves, or if the Axis can deal with that. With India joining up with the Axis, it certainly helped the chances of being able to fight here in the middle of Asia. However, we're still facing a very strong Soviet Union there, and that Iran, Iraq, and India force pretty much has to go up against the Soviet Union on one side, and the UK coming in from Egypt and Syria from the other side. So it's not going to be an easy fight. India should be able to knock the remnants of the Allies out from its subcontinent easy enough. But I think Iraq and Iran are going to be the hardest sandwich between the Soviet Union and the United Kingdom. Germany doesn't really have a border with the Soviets yet, which I suppose is a good thing. They can concentrate on France, but the only border that they have with France is the Maginot Line, and we know that they can't break through the Maginot Line. So either Germany has to go through the Benelux and declare war on Belgium and the Netherlands, thus pulling in more people, or yeah. So I don't think things look good in Europe for the Axis, because right now you've got a strong France, you've got a strong United Kingdom, you've got Italy that's in a completely different faction than Germany, so Germany kind of stands alone in Europe. Even though in the short term, with all the Axis stuff going on in North America's looking nice Axis point of view at this point in time. But if Germany falls before North America can, I don't know, be unified underneath the Axis banner, I think that there's still going to be a big problem for the Axis then facing a free allied force being able to come to North America and focus completely on North America. Yeah, so unless India, Iran, and Iraq pull a miracle out of their hat and crush the Soviet Union, or if Japan launches against the Soviet Union, that could change things up too. It could most certainly change the dynamic if Japan goes hard after the Soviet Union. Then I could see the Soviet Union actually collapsing, which would be interesting. But right now, from my point of view, it's the usual. The Allies are just too strong. They always are. I don't see how the Allies are technically going to lose this match right now, though it could happen. So right now I give things about a 60% chance Allies win, 40% chance Axis win. I don't see the Comintern winning this. I really don't. And that's where we're at. Of course, this is only episode 1. It's only 1939. A lot of stuff can hit the fan in the time period that we have to look forward to. You know, we got a good 6, 7, 8 years to go. So yes, many things could change. Anyway, I'm James Johnson, aka Sulfurblade. Hopefully you're enjoying this observation of World War II, where we're not actually playing. We're just sitting back, watching and commentating on it, while seeing kind of a different type of North America than we're used to seeing, with Mexico broken up into states, the U.S. broken up into states, and Canada broken up into states. It definitely makes for an interesting battle royale going on in North America to actually, I don't know, give it a different observer feel. You know, instead of being so concentrated on Europe, you could look at the craziness that's unfolding in North America and kind of really be entertained by it. And that's why I like this mod for an observation type purpose. But as I was saying, it's probably time to end the episode. So I'm James Johnson, aka Sulfurblade. This is my content. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If so, please leave a like and subscribe. And until the next time, all, peace.